let's just settle into our meditation posture, and let's just land. So whatever's been going on today, whatever's going on in your mind right now, just try and relax. Let's just bring our body to the same place, our mind to the same place our body is. And just notice what's going on inside as we still our breath and still our external body, and just go inwards a little bit and see what's happening. And as I said, I've been saying, no judgment, just notice what's there. So check your sitting position, legs, hands, sit bones, and align your shoulders with your hips and your ears with your shoulders, if that's available to you. And imagine your spine is a string of pearls of light stretching from the base all the way up through the crown of the head. And just imagine all those muscles along the spine just lengthening. So you're coaxing them, encouraging them to unravel. And the head is slightly tipped forward. So just tipping at this angle, top of the neck. And put some length in the back of the neck. And the eyes are down, looking along the length of the nose to a spot a couple of inches ahead, if they were open. Tip of the tongue is on the roof of the mouth, and relax the jaw. Then bring your mind to the crown of your head and relax your scalp and the forehead, and the eyes, and the nose, and your mouth, jaw, and the back of the head. Relax the ears, the temples, back of the tongue. And release any tension in the back of the neck and the shoulders, and allow your shoulder blades to drop down. Relax the throat and the chest and the belly, limbs, hands, fingers, and feet and toes. And notice the breath as you're inhaling. So it's slightly cooler than the air you're exhaling. And something to remember, I keep forgetting to mention this in the morning. One way to brighten your mind is you just imagine you're about to break into a smile, but you don't quite. It's almost like you begin to lift the corners of your mouth. And you'll notice immediately when you do that, it lifts your eyes, it lifts your mind. And it helps you, if you're starting to feel a bit dull in your meditation, it helps to brighten your mind a little bit. If there is any sound in your environment, just allow those sounds to be there. Try not to engage or follow with your mind. And then notice your thoughts. What's arising without judgment, without engagement. Just allow the thoughts to arise, just to flow on this river of mental moments of ours, as we're watching as an objective observer sitting on the bank of the river. Not engaged, not floating on down the stream, just watching. And let's bring to mind all the people of our life. And there's our loved ones, our very dear friends and family and spouses and children, these people that we care about so much and we take care of, very much a part of our lives, our hearts. And then there's those people who are a little bit difficult for us. And then there's our strangers. And always keep in mind that at any point in time, the friend, the enemy, and the stranger could possibly change place. And then think they're all deserving of our equal concern. And why? Because they all have this incredible wish to be happy, just like you. They wish to be free from suffering, just like you. And they have this incredible capacity for this enlightened mind, for compassion and wisdom and kindness and all these things we aspire to. So I think we'll do this meditation for all these people of our life, and by extension, all sentient beings, including Mary's baby skunks. What a life. Think what it's like to be born in that body. So I think that there is no karma. There's nothing that we've done that's so awful that we can't purify. There's nothing we can't purify. So take courage from that. This is a psychological process we're engaging in. We create negativity with our mind, so we can just as well create positivity with our mind and counteract it. So the first of the four opponent powers is the power of regret. So sincerely regret from the depths of your heart anything you have done in this life, in past lives, with specific actions of both your body and your speech, and then in general regret. And the reason to regret is based on this logic of karma. So we experience everything due to our past karma, our past actions, and having harmed others, we ourselves will necessarily experience suffering in the future. So logically, it makes sense to pull out these negative karmic seeds before they ripen as future suffering for us. So think like this: I regret from the depths of my heart having harmed others with my body and my speech, broken my vows, because I do not want the future suffering. I'm sick of suffering. And also regret the anger and the attachment and the rest that are the cause of why we harm others, and think again, I'm sick of this suffering. And then think, what can I do? Whom can I turn to? And here we come to the power of reliance. So we rely upon, we turn to the Buddha, Vajrasattva, who we see as a doctor, who has the methods we can use to purify. And we're not needing the Buddha to forgive us. We're purifying ourselves, we're healing ourselves by relying upon his methods. So imagine Vajrasattva above the crown of your head, and he is your guru. You can imagine this, your teacher, manifesting in this aspect for your benefit. He's made of radiant, blissful white light, sitting cross-legged on a white lotus and a moon cushion. And this lotus, although born out of mud, is untainted by that mud, just like our enlightened potential. Born out of our delusions, our muddy mind, but untainted by them. So he has this beautiful, radiant face. His eyes are long and peaceful and full of love and compassion for you and all the people of your life. He has no judgment to how you are turning up this evening. He is really happy to see you. He has a sweet red mouth. His hair is black and held up in a top knot. His arms are crossed at his heart, the left underneath the right. The left is holding a bell representing wisdom, and the right is holding a vajra, which represents the indestructibility of compassion. And their being crossed represents the union of these two, and this symbolizes enlightenment itself, the development of infinite wisdom and infinite compassion. To the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha, I go for refuge until I'm enlightened by this practice of meditating on Guru Vajrasattva. May I reach Buddhahood so as to benefit all sentient beings. So in order to develop compassion, we need to rely upon other beings, the very beings we have harmed and those who have harmed us, by developing compassion for them, a sense for them, a wish for them to be free from suffering. And think particularly of people that you've harmed recently and in the past, and then in general, all beings we have ever harmed since beginningless time. And then remember those who have harmed you and have compassion for them, because they will suffer as a result of the harm they've done to you. And make a strong aspiration to do this practice of purification for the sake of all these sentient beings, and think, I must purify for their sake. So now we come to the power of the remedy, and this is the actual medicine doing the practice of purification. So we purify first of all the body. Vajrasattva, imagine, sends powerful white nectar, like coming out of a hose or waterfall, very forcefully from his heart. And it arcs around and enters your crown and pours into your entire body, filling you completely. And it keeps pouring into you until it forces out of all your lower orifices all the harm you have ever done to any living being with your body in the form of inky liquid. And this pours out of you and disappears into space, not one atom left, as we recite the mantra. Vajrasattva samaya manupalaya Vajrasattva dinapatita Dida meboa sutokaya meboa supokaya meboa Anarakta meboa sawasiti mempiyata sawa kama sitame Sitam shriyam guruhum ha ho bhagavan Sawa tatagata vajramame mutsa vajrabala mahasamaya sattva aham pe Vajrasattva samaya manupalaya Vajrasattva dinapatita Dida meboa sutokaya meboa supokaya meboa Anarakta meboa sawasiti mempiyata sawa kama sitame Sitam shriyam guruhum ha ho bhagavan Sawa tatagata vajramame mutsa vajrabala mahasamaya sattva aham pe Vajrasattva samaya manupalaya Vajrasattva dinapatita Dida meboa sutokaya meboa supokaya meboa Anarakta meboa sawasiti mempiyata sawa kama sitame Sitam shriyam guruhum ha ho bhagavan Sawa tatagata vajramame mutsa vajrabala mahasamaya sattva aham pe Vajrasattva samaya manupalaya Vajrasattva dinapatita Dida meboa sutokaya meboa supokaya meboa Anarakta meboa sawasiti mempiyata sawa kama sitame Sitam shriyam guruhum ha ho bhagavan Sawa tatagata vajramame mutsa vajrabala mahasamaya sattva aham pe Vajrasattva samaya manupalaya Vajrasattva dinapatita Dida meboa sutokaya meboa supokaya meboa Anarakta meboa sawasiti mempiyata sawa kama sitame Sitam shriyam guruhum ha ho bhagavan Sawa tatagata vajramame mutsa vajrabala mahasamaya sattva aham pe Vajrasattva samaya manupalaya Vajrasattva dinapatita Dida meboa sutokaya meboa supokaya meboa Anarakta meboa sawasiti mempiyata sawa kama sitame Sitam shriyam guruhum ha ho bhagavan Sawa tatagata vajramame mutsa vajrabala mahasamaya sattva aham pe Vajrasattva samaya manupalaya Vajrasattva dinapatita Dida meboa sutokaya meboa supokaya meboa Anarakta meboa sawasiti mempiyata sawa kama sitame Sitam shriyam guruhum ha ho bhagavan Sawa tatagata vajramame mutsa vajrabala mahasamaya sattva aham pe. So just imagine now, be delighted. All the harm you have ever done to any sentient being with your body is now completely purified, and think there is no way you could do anything but benefit others now with your body. And the next is the purification of speech. And Vajrasattva very happily sends powerful nectar from his heart, and it arcs around and forcefully again enters your crown, filling your entire body, except this time sort of pushes and forces up to the top of your body all the negativity of your speech, and this overflows and disappears into space, not one atom left. And you can imagine that all your gossip and harsh speech and useless speech and careless speech and lying, talking about others behind their backs and getting other people to agree with you, all of this is purified by this powerful nectar filling you as we recite the mantra. Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dinapatita Dida Meboa Sutokaya Meboa Supokaya Meboa Anarakta Meboa Savasiti Mipiyata Sawa Kama Sitame Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sawatata Gata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva Aham Pe Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dinapatita Dida Meboa Sutokaya Meboa Supokaya Meboa Anarakta Meboa Sawasiti Mempiyata Sawa Kama Sitame Sitam Shriyam Guruhum Ha Ha Ho Bhagawan Sawatata Gata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva Aham Pe Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dinapatita Dida Meboa Sutokaya Meboa Supokaya Meboa Anarakta Meboa Sawasiti Mempiyata Sawa Kama Sitame Sitam Shriyam Guruhum Ha Ha Ho Bhagawan Sawatata Gata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva Aham Pe Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dinapatita Dida Meboa Sutokaya Meboa Supokaya Meboa Anarakta Meboa Savasiti Mipiyata Sawa Kama Sitame Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sawatata Gata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva Aham Pe Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dinapatita Dida Meboa Sutokaya Meboa Supokaya Meboa Anarakta Meboa Savasiti Mipiyata Sawa Kama Sitame Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sawatata Gata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva Aham Pe Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dinapatita Dida Meboa Sutokaya Meboa Supokaya Meboa Anarakta Meboa Savasiti Mipiyata Sawa Kama Sitame Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sawatata Gata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva Aham Pe Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dinapatita Dida Meboa Sutokaya Meboa Supokaya Meboa Anarakta Meboa Savasiti Mipiyata Sawa Kama Sitame Sitam Shriyam Guruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sawatata Gata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva Aham Pe. So imagine that all the gossip and the harsh speech and the useless speech and lying and talking badly about others behind their backs, all of this is purified by this powerful nectar filling you. Sorry, that's a mistake. Feel, rejoice that your speech is now completely purified. And there's no way you can do anything other than benefit others now with your speech. So really imagine, just imagine how it would be next time someone is suffering and has a problem. And often we don't really know what to say to comfort people. We don't know what is the most beneficial thing for their mind at that particular moment. So if you had purified speech, you would know exactly what to say to help them. Your speech would have power. So we aim for that, because this is our main form of communication with each other. So the next is a purification of the mind. Vajrasattva now very compassionately sends powerful beams of light from his heart chakra, and it arcs around and enters your crown and fills your entire being. So it's the same as when you walk into a pitch black room and switch on a light. That light instantly dispels the darkness. So just as that light hits your heart chakra, all the darkness of the negativity of your mind, all the attachment and neediness and anger, depression and grasping and wanting things and not feeling enough, resentment and jealousy, bitterness, all instantly dispelled, not one atom left, as your is like the natural. Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dinapatita Dida Meboa Sutokaya Meboa Supokaya Meboa Anarakta Meboa Savasiti Mipiyata Sawa Kama Sitame Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sawatata Gata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva Aham Pe Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dinapatita Dida Meboa Sutokaya Meboa Supokaya Meboa Anarakta meboa sabasiti mimpi yata sawa kamasita me sitam shriyam guruhum ha 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 ho bhagavan sawa tata gata vajramame mutsa vajrabawa mahazamaya saka a pe Vajrasattva samaya manupalaya Vajrasattva dina patita Duda meboa sutokaya meboa supokaya meboa Anarakta meboa sabasiti mimpi yata sawa kamasita me sitam shriyam guruhum ha 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 ho bhagavan Sawa tata gata vajramame mutsa vajrabawa mahazamaya saka a pe Vajrasattva samaya manupalaya Vajrasattva dina patita Duda meboa sutokaya meboa supokaya meboa Anarakta meboa savasiti mimpiyata sawa kamasita me sitam shriyam guruhum ha 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 ho bhagavan sawa tata gata vajramame mutsa vajrabawa mahasamaya sattva a pe Vajrasattva samaya manupalaya Vajrasattva dina patita Duda meboa sutokaya meboa supokaya meboa Anarakta meboa savasiti mimpiyata sawa kamasita me sitam shriyam guruhum ha 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 ho bhagavan Sawa tata gata vajramame mutsa vajrabawa mahasamaya sattva a pe Vajrasattva samaya manupalaya Vajrasattva dina patita Duda meboa sutokaya meboa Supakaya meboa Anarakta meboa Sawasiti mimpiyata sawa kamasita me Sitam shriyam guruhum ha 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 ho bhagavan Sawa tata gata vajramame mutsa vajrabawa mahasamaya sattva a pe Vajrasattva samaya manupalaya Vajrasattva dina patita Duda meboa sutokaya meboa Supokaya meboa Anarakta meboa Sawasiti mimpiyata sawa kamasita me Sitam shriyam guruhum ha 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 ho bhagavan Sawa tata gata vajramame mutsa vajrabawa mahasamaya sattva a pe So again, be delighted that all your delusions, which are the source of all your suffering, and the cause of why we harm others with our body and our speech, these are totally purified. It's finished. And now there is no space in your heart for anything other than love and kindness and forgiveness and wisdom and bliss and compassion. So the next is the purification of the imprints of negativity of the body, speech, and mind. So this time imagine that Vajrasattva sends light and nectar. And if you wish, you can recite a couple of mantras each for the visualizations of the body and speech and the mind that we've just done. It's like an extra cleaning. Or you can just imagine light and nectar pouring in, filling you completely and eradicating even the subtlest imprints of negative energy from the mind as you recite the mantra. Vajrasattva samaya manupalaya Vajrasattva dina patita Dida meboa sutokaya meboa supokaya meboa Anarakta meboa savasiti mempiyata sawa kamasita me Sitam shriyam guruhum ha ha ho bhagavan Sawa tata gata vajramame mutsa vajrabawa mahasamaya sattva a pe Vajrasattva samaya manupalaya Vajrasattva dina patita Dida meboa sutokaya meboa supokaya meboa Anarakta meboa sawasiti mimpiyata sawa kamasita me Sitam shriyam guruhum ha 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 ho bhagavan Sawa tata gata vajramame mutsa vajrabawa mahasamaya sattva a pe Vajrasattva samaya manupalaya Vajrasattva dina patita Dida meboa sutokaya meboa supokaya meboa Anarakta meboa sawasiti mimpiyata sawa kamasita me Sitam shriyam guruhum ha 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 ho bhagavan Sawa tata gata vajramame mutsa vajrabawa mahasamaya sattva a pe Vajrasattva samaya manupalaya Vajrasattva dina patita Dida meboa sutokaya meboa supokaya meboa Anarakta meboa sawasiti mimpiyata sawa kamasita me Sitam shriyam guruhum ha 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 ho bhagavan Sawa tata gata vajramame mutsa vajrabawa mahasamaya sattva a pe Vajrasattva samaya manupalaya Vajrasattva dina patita Dida meboa sutokaya meboa supokaya meboa Anarakta meboa sawasiti mimpiyata sawa kamasita me Sitam shriyam guruhum ha 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 ho bhagavan Sawa tata gata vajramame mutsa vajrabawa mahasamaya sattva a pe Vajrasattva samaya manupalaya Vajrasattva dina patita Dida meboa sutokaya meboa supokaya meboa Anarakta meboa sawasiti mimpiyata sawa kamasita me Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha Ho Bhagavan Savatatagata Vajramame Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Saka Ahum Pe Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Duda Mebawa Sutokaya Mebawa Sipokaya Mebawa Anarakta Mebawa Sawasidi Mepiyata Sawa Kama Sitame Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha Ho Bhagavan Savatatagata Vajramame Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Saka Pay. Now feel completely purified. Not one atom of negativity left in your mind stream. Even the subtlest obscurations to omniscience have been removed. And next we come to the power of resolve. And this is the fourth and final and most crucial step in the purification process. This is a decision we make to not harm, to refrain from harming. And so without this determination to not harm with our body and our speech and our mind, we're going to keep doing the same old things, keep following the same old habits. So this determination, this aspiration to not harm again it's like a beacon that guides us. So everything exists on the tip of the wish, as Rinpoche says. So we just make a decision on, I'm going to refrain from doing such and such for 30 seconds. And just see how that goes. And then we can build on it. It gives us courage and strength to change. So Vajrasattva is delighted with us and wanting to merge with your mind. He melts into white light and absorbs into you through your crown. And think, my Guru's body, speech, and mind, and Vajrasattva's body, speech, and mind, and my own body, speech, and mind are the same thing. And LAMA YESHE used to call that union oneness. So next, Rinpoche recommends to meditate on the emptiness of the three circles. In emptiness, there is no I, the creative negative karma. There is no action of creating negative karma, and there is no negative karma created. So at whatever level you understand emptiness, place your mind there for a little while. And in this way, look at all phenomena as being empty, that do not exist from their own side. Or you can imagine perhaps the way things are appearing to me is not necessarily the way they actually exist. So let's just dedicate all the merit, all the positive energy we've created by doing this purification to all sentient beings, and think, may all the virtuous karma I've created from doing this practice ripen as my enlightenment for the sake of sentient beings as quickly as possible. And for His Holiness the Dalai Lama, who's now moved into his birthday today and tomorrow, the wish-granting, wish-fulfilling jewel, source of every single benefit and happiness in this world, to the incomparably kind Tenzin Gyatso, I beseech, may all your holy wishes be spontaneously fulfilled. And for Lama Zopa Rinpoche, you who uphold the subduer's moral way, who serve as the bountiful bearer of all, sustaining, preserving, and spreading Manjunath's victorious doctrine, who masterfully accomplishes magnificent prayers, honoring the three jewels, savor of myself and others, your disciples, please live long. And for Lama Ursel, Venerable One, to you whose kindness exceeds that of all the conquerors, for those wanderers in far-off places, especially the West, mindful of your loving concern for us and intentionally descending again into a family of a far distant land, we make this request. O Lama, please live long. And then for Geshe Shera, beloved teacher, leading your students toward wisdom and compassion, explaining through exacting discernment the steps of the graduated path, you are the unequaled guide. Please live a long and stable life. There we go. This again, gone like a dream. Thank you so very much, everybody. Lots of love. Sleep well, sweet dreams, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Okay, thank you. Good night, everybody.